Before we dive into this fascinating story of aviation, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to explore legendary aircraft, technology, and aerial history. Today, we'll discover the Harrier, the aircraft that defied gravity and redefined the concept of vertical flight. Across the gray skies of the United Kingdom in the 1960s, an aircraft was born that would forever change the way humanity understood flight. The Harrier jump jet, as it became known, was not just another military aircraft. It was a promise of total freedom in a world restricted by runways. Its metallic roar echoed differently. It didn't need long strips of concrete to rise. With a precise command, it lifted off like a helicopter, hovering majestically before darting toward the horizon. The Harrier was the first operational VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing, combat aircraft. This innovation emerged from a need to operate aircraft in areas with little or no infrastructure, especially in war zones. The idea sounded like science fiction, a jet capable of taking off from a ship's deck, an improvised field, or even a stretch of road. The secret lay in its heart, the Rolls-Royce Pegasus engine, a masterpiece of engineering that split its thrust among four vectoring nozzles, allowing the pilot to direct the jet's power in any direction. The dream of vertical flight had fascinated engineers since the 1950s, but the Harrier was the first to make it truly operational. Before it, several prototypes, like the Bell X-14 and the Dassault Balzac, had attempted similar feats but failed to combine stability, maneuverability, and real combat performance. Developed by Hawker Siddeley, the Harrier broke through that barrier with British ingenuity and persistence. The first prototype, the P.1127, took flight in 1960, proving that the impossible could indeed be controlled. Test pilot Bill Bedford was the first to feel the Pegasus engine's power beneath him. In flight, the aircraft responded with a mix of delicacy and ferocity. A slight move of the control would tilt the thrust, and the jet obeyed instantly. It could hover, advance, retreat, and pivot in place, a mechanical dance that bewildered onlookers. It was part fighter, part helicopter, a hybrid creature designed to dominate the battlefield in unprecedented ways. In 1969, the Harrier GR.1 officially entered service with the Royal Air Force, and the world quickly realized a new era had begun. Its VTOL capability gave military forces an unprecedented strategic advantage. Harriers could operate from dispersed, hidden locations far from conventional bases. During the Falklands War in 1982, that capability proved its worth beyond any doubt. In that distant conflict, British Sea Harrier FRS.1 jets launched from small aircraft carriers into freezing winds of the South Atlantic, facing supersonic opponents. Yet, the Harrier stood out with remarkable effectiveness. Its agility at low altitudes and ability to hover made it unpredictable and deadly. Argentine pilots called it the plane that stops in the air, astonished by its seemingly impossible maneuvers. Despite its limited top speed, the Harrier compensated with intelligence, agility, and mastery of the skies. What made this machine even more impressive was its functional simplicity. While other fighters required kilometers of runway, the Harrier could take off from a clearing or support ship's deck. In naval operations, that meant autonomy and strategic flexibility, the very embodiment of modern warfare. Fast, adaptable, and lethal, the Harrier also became an icon beyond the battlefield. Its image, hovering with tilted nozzles and that distinct metallic roar, inspired generations of engineers, pilots, and aviation enthusiasts. The Harrier's vertical leap became a spectacle. At air shows, audiences erupted in applause as the aircraft, after briefly landing, lifted off once more, seemingly mocking the laws of physics. The Harrier's evolution continued with the AV-8A and later the AV-8B Harrier II, developed in partnership with the United States. This new generation incorporated aerodynamic improvements, composite materials, and advanced avionics, increasing its range and performance. The Harrier II became the primary carrier-based jet of the U.S. Marine Corps for decades, operating in missions over the Persian Gulf, the Balkans, and Afghanistan. But every pioneer eventually passes a torch. The Harrier paved the way for the next generation of VTOL aircraft, culminating in the F-35B Lightning II, which inherited its vertical flight philosophy powered by 21st century technology. Still, the Harrier remains irreplaceable in spirit. It was not merely a successful military project. It was a visionary experiment that worked, a bold leap toward the total freedom of flight. Today, many Harriers still fly in demonstrations in smaller air forces, their silhouettes recalling an age when engineering dared to dream. When a pilot engages a thrust and the aircraft slowly rises, almost motionless, there is something magical in that moment. It feels as if the air itself concedes. Just for a second, that gravity can be negotiated. The Harrier didn't just take off vertically. It lifted human imagination itself. It was the first of a lineage that defied convention, merging courage, innovation, and vision, a timeless landmark in aviation history. The Harrier proved that sometimes the impossible is only a matter of thrust and ingenuity.